Welcome to the water table where I'm on a quest to taste every sparkling water in the world. And I'm on a trip to San Diego, California. So I thought I would take advantage of trying some of the waters that I don't find in my part of the Midwest. I live in Nebraska. So here I am in California. I'm going to find some waters from all along the West Coast. I have found waters from California, from Oregon, just different parts of the West that you don't find these being bottled and shipped that far. And that's one of the things that's interesting about sparkling waters. As much as we do get sparkling waters from other countries and other parts of the world, there are actually quite a few sparkling waters in the United States that are primarily distributed regionally. While there are some that are nationally distributed, and I have reviewed many of those before, a number of them are actually distributed predominantly regionally. And for that reason, you don't find them as much. Now, can I find this particular water, Tahoe Artesian sparkling water in Nebraska? Maybe, but not my typical grocery store. I'm going to find some of the main brands that have large companies behind them and so forth. But let's go ahead and try this water out. And this one has some good credibility. It was reviewed by the Fine Water Society, and Michael Masha, who is a guru of the water world and the fine waters, had reviewed it. I think there's a quote from him on their website that I found. So let me tell you the three stories, and we're going to taste it here in just a second. Stay with me. First one, just about the story of the water itself. It comes from the Tahoe National Forest in California. It is indeed an artesian sparkling water. So I'll just read what it says on the bottle here and just tell you a little bit more. Artesian meaning that the water is coming up to the ground. It's pressurized, and so it's being pushed up to the surface without any kind of machinery or anything like that needed. And it's not necessarily just through gravity. And it says on the back here, Tahoe Artesian, the local choice. Remember, I just mentioned that whole regional thing. We take pride in sharing with our community a gently carbonated water from our protected artesian aquifer. Tahoe Artesian is sustainably sourced 6,000 feet high in the Tahoe National Forest, where the air is cold, crisp, and clean. We invite you to enjoy this rare local treasure the way our family has for 3 generations. So you can see how they brand it as local. And on here, it does list the dissolved solids. It actually says right here on the website, a TDS of 98, which is pretty low. You'll find municipal waters that have a TDS in the 60s. And then the items that are listed in it, it says arsenic 0. I guess I just want to make it clear that it has no arsenic in it. It has a little bit of calcium, a tiny bit of magnesium. It's actually sodium forward, 26 milligrams of sodium. That's not a ton, but 26 milligrams. And then it says nitrates 0. And they note that they are a member of the Fine Water Society. So it is just artesian water and carbon dioxide. I'm going to expect this to be a nice, clean, light, sparkling water, not a big mineral content. You might get just a tiny little bit of sodium taste in it because of the sodium content. A couple of other things that I jotted down here, though, before we get into this, just keep in mind, because it's a low TDS, that means it's probably going through some kind of rock where it doesn't absorb a lot of minerality from it. And so it's water from the Sierra snowmelt that goes through miles of granite. And it's self-pressurized, about 500 feet deep in this granite aquifer. And there is this 600-foot artesian well, so no pump. The pH is 8.2. And again, it's the sodium dominant profile, which is a little bit unusual because I wouldn't expect it to pick up sodium from granite. So there must be something else going on underground that's releasing some of that sodium. I'm not quite sure, but it will probably have a bit of a sweet character to it. When you get light, low total dissolved solid waters, it can sometimes taste sweet. And especially when I've tried some of these like that tree water, go check out my video on Osirasi tree water. It had a TDS of 20 something, hardly anything in it at all. But when you get under 100 like this, it's going to start to have a little bit of sweetness. So let's go ahead and open this up and give it a try. And not a lot of carbonation, that it's not really aggressive. So it won't be a really strong carbonation. Although when I kind of put my nose up to the water because I can see the level of carbonation once you pour it in, and it is bouncing up from this cup a bit. So let me just go ahead and try it. Yeah, really tiny bubbles, and you can feel that. I like it. For some, it's lighter on the carbonation. It could taste a little bit flat. This is a newer bottle. I don't think it's any reason otherwise. Flat, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but some people will taste it. And if you're used to something that's very high carbonation, it may taste a little bit flat to you. But it's very dainty, small bubbles, lighter on the carbonation. And there is just a really faint, briny taste to it. That's that sodium, but not unpleasant at all. It works really well, and it would pair well with a lot of meals. Yeah, great light water. It's worth giving it a try. There you have it. Tahoe Artesian water.